Love finances, the other F word, and want to support the show? Become a patron by going to patreon.com/FTOFW. You'll get special features, a shout out on the air, and early releases. Or if you prefer, pick up some merchandise at financestheotherfword.com.
As fantastic a CFP as Mel O is, as wonderful an attorney as I am, and as good as Stormy is at whatever it is he does, please do note that anything said in our podcasts are our opinions alone and are not meant to be taken as financial or legal advice.
Welcome to Finances, the Other F Word, a Gen Xer podcast for musicians and music lovers, where we discuss money and music without all the pretentious bullshit. Here are your hosts, Zoe Terry, attorney at large, Stormy Andrews, founder of Yokel Local Marketing, and Mel O, certified financial planner and author of Finances, the Other F Word. Listener discretion is advised.
Okay, so hey guys, welcome to Finances, the Other F Word. And today on the podcast, we were going to talk about margins and options. And then we were going to do a passing mention to what the fuck NFTs are. And then I started researching NFTs and I thought, what the fuck is an NFT? And still a little confusing. So we're going to have a two-part series on NFTs and talk a little bit about them since they seem to be all of the rage. What do you guys know about NFTs?
I know that I want to buy I want to buy an NFT artistic picture that I have of you that you don't know that I have on like one of the first concerts you went through where you did something with your shirt, but I have that. I want to buy that. So this way I can say I own this NFT of Mel O flashing the band.
That's
and then
true.
I own it.
Do you remember the band?
Kiss.
That I flashed that put me on the screen?
Was it Kiss?
It was Kiss. Good job. Good job.
Yes, and I own it. I will own that NFT.
And the good part is that my boobs were like 15 years younger than they are now. So even though they're small, they were super perky and standing at attention. So you know what? I think that's a hell of a deal, quite frankly. So 15-year younger titties. How about you, Zoe?
Well, I know I posted.
Take a drink.
Yeah, thanks. I'll put that down. I don't know much about them. I know I posted an article about Mick Jagger releasing his latest song, Easy Sleazy, as an NFT today, and all the money he raises is going to go towards it's going to a good cause. Can't remember. Oh, independent music venues. But I really have no real idea. I have a basic idea of what they are, but it all just seems like gobbledygook to me. So I'd like you to explain it in more detail.
I will do the best I can to wade through the gobbledygook. So let's talk just a little bit about the mechanics of what an NFT is. So NFT stands for non-fungible token. Now,
sounds gross already. Fungible
token.
Like fungible that you get between your toesies.
Yeah, like fungible.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a great name. Now, so this is the deal. We've talked a lot on this podcast about what a commodity is. A commodity would be like if Zoe buys a carrot in Washington State and I buy a carrot in Nevada, we both bought carrots. It's a commodity. It's the same anywhere you buy it. Okay, that's a commodity. You replace it with wood, pork bellies, diamonds, gold, commodities, right?
Can I have a diamond instead of a carrot, please?
Yes.
No, carrots only.
Okay.
Now they're close enough. Diamonds have carrots, but I'm giving you a real carrot that's edible. See, way better, way more useful.
Not really.
And so what a non-fungible token is it's literally the same exact thing. So if Zoe and I both had carrots in our hand and we trade our carrots, that's a commodity. But in order for it to be like a non-fungible token, it would have to be the exact identical carrot. So like if you have a Bitcoin and you trade it for another Bitcoin, then you get a Bitcoin. Like it's the exact same thing. Okay. So not like we're trading carrots, literally we're trading with each other the exact same carrot. That's what makes it a non-fungible token. All right. So different from commodities in that aspect. So, and important for you guys to kind of understand that they are stored in digital wallets, just like cryptocurrency is. And the most recent NFTs that have become popular are part of the Ethereum blockchain. And Ethereum is a crypto that we've spoken about on this podcast before. You can go back and listen to it. Zoe will probably like this. One of the first uses for the NFT was a game called Crypto Kitties.
Meow.
And, yeah, and it was designed, the NFTs were designed to sell and trade virtual kitties. So basically, one person spent $170,000 to get a virtual kitty, and recently they have went up to the highest was $1 million.
Fuck off.
For a crypto kitty as part of a game. Now, so check this out. Games like Call of Duty and other games are now getting into the NFT space where they're offering like a specific gun, or they're offering a specific thing through this NFT. Okay. So it started with cryptocurrencies. Now, the Ethereum blockchain allows for trading of NFTs, and it stores extra data that makes it work a little bit differently from a typical crypto transaction where there's certain things that are logged, et cetera, et cetera. This is a little bit more in detail, and there's other exchanges, and there's other blockchains that are now selling NFTs and acting as an exchange. And there's a couple marketplaces that are emerging for NFTs now. We have OpenSea, Rarible, and Grimes Choice, and Nifty Gateway. Now, since you're such a lover of Elon Musk, what is the deal with this fucking Grimes lady? Is she that talented, or is she just fucking Elon Musk?
And a bit cuckoo. Did you see the new tattoo she got on her back?
The alien tattoo? That's hot. Right? I love it. Man, I want to go get an alien tattoo. The alien scars tattoo. Yeah, I want to go get those. I'm going to go get some. But you know, artists, I would imagine that she's an artist. I know she sold an NFT and got a shitload of money for it. $3 million, I think. About it. Okay, yeah, I know she got a shitload of money. So anyone who gets if I get $3 million for anything, I'm talented.
Is that how it works? Okay, so is she a singer, or is she an artist?
I don't know. Is she a singer?
She's a singer, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, see, we don't even fucking know. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, so Grimes Choice. First of all, Grimes Choice. That is one of the marketplaces. Now, like I said, other blockchains are coming online, and they're going to be doing facilitating sales of NFTs. And NFTs are basically digital formatted art, which can be music, drawings, or tweets, which we will talk about here in a second.
I want to buy Jack Dorsey's first tweet. I'm going to put that out there.
It's too late.
Oh man, I missed out. Dang it.
I know. I'm so sorry. So let's just talk about some large NFTs that have been sold recently. Okay. We had a 50-second video by Grimes that sold recently for $390,000. Okay. We have a gentleman by the name of Mike Winkleman, who is better known as Beeple. And so Beeple sold his first series of NFTs, with a pair of them going for $66,666.60 each, which resold then at a Christie's auction just recently at $6.6 million.
Oh my God.
And you guys, you have to understand, Zoe is the only art lover on this whole podcast. Like, I mean, I want to go to a museum and see bones and animals and shit. Zoe likes painting. She likes art. She likes drawing. So this is like hitting her in her fucking her artistic heart right now. And so the $6.6 million video that you can see online, and I will include in the show notes, is called Every Days, the First 5,000 Days. And we're going to talk about what that is. So in December, and additionally to this, in December, he sold a series of works for $3.5 million total. Okay. He has 2.5 million followers across his social media channels. And he is the creator of the series Every Days. And he creates and publishes a digital artwork every day. And the project's been going on for 14 years. So the thing that sold at the Christie's auction was the first 5,000 pieces of art. Right. So it's like it's a collage, and you can Google it and you can look at it. And we're going to talk about why that's important. Okay. He is expecting to try to help the buyer find different ways to present the piece, because remember we said that an NFT is digital art. So it's not like it can hang on your wall and people can come over and you can point to it. Right. And so he's supposed to be trying to help them have ways to display it and put it in their house. Or as somebody was quoted in one of the articles that I found, quote, "this of a fucking building." So he also plans with the sale of these pieces of art that he's going to offset his carbon footprint. And we're going to talk about why that's important here in a minute.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Can I go download a copy of that art and put it on a TV and just hang it in my house too?
You can.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
But let's talk a little bit more about that. So basically Beeple is going to himself himself carbon neutral by offsetting the carbon footprint caused by the NFTs, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. So prints can be made. You do not own the license to the artwork. You own the original digital format, which looks the same as it looks to everyone else. So if you have a Monet hanging in your house and you go, hey, here's the Monet, you can see brush strokes, you can see the deterioration of time, you can see the canvas. You can go, that's the original Monet. But people can still make copies of that Monet, okay, and sell them on the interweb. Well, this is the same thing, except this is digital art that looks the same on your computer as it would look the same on anybody else's computer, because remember, by definition, an NFT is the exact same thing. Okay, so I want you guys to keep all of this stuff in your mind as we continue to go through this. Yeah, and how you're feeling, Zoe. I sat there and I just started looping, and I'm like, but loop, loop, loop. And then I get out of it and I'm like, okay, but maybe, and then I go loop, loop. I'm like, what the fucking hell? So anyway, okay, so prints can be made. You do not own the original. Another article that Zoe posted was the original Leave Britney Alone video. Which was a guy screaming and crying and wearing a really bad wig. At least I hope that was a wig, because he looked fucking awful. And he was just screaming, leave Britney alone. It's that NFT. Bitch. Yes, good job, Zoe. That NFT just sold for $44,000. Okay. Now, the thing is that what we're going to talk about here in a second is that a lot of these NFTs are being purchased with cryptocurrencies. Okay, so let's
not real money then.
Let's put a pin in that and let's come back to that, because that's something we need to visit. Also, we just had a digital flower that sold for $20,000 as an NFT. There's also a looping, and there's links to all this in the show notes. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, click on the fucking articles. The links will take you right to them.
Can I take a digital shit and sell that?
Yes.
I'm on it.
I think you should. I think you should. Right. Absolutely. And so the digital flower sold for $20,000. Then we had a looping video clip that just sold for $26,128. Okay. We had a sock NFT sell for $60,000.
Oh,
I'm not making
people got
this
too
up.
much pretend money to play with.
I'm not making this up. So then there was a clip of LeBron James that sold for $99,999. Okay. Lindsay you know what, actually, let's come back to her. Let's come back to Lindsay Lohan. We had we are. Yes, we must. We've had articles from Quartz and articles from New York Times be turned into NFTs and sold as NFTs. These are public articles. Okay. We have Dead Mouse. He has sold digital animated stickers of himself, and he's one of our resident DJs down here on the Strip, or at least he was when the Strip was open. And I
thought you meant a dead mouse at first, and I was going to go, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
I'm you know.
Yeah, nope. It wouldn't surprise me though.
No,
but
it wouldn't,
but William Shatner and I'm a Trekkie.
William Shatner is pretty sharp. He gets in on everything.
William
He's
Shatner.
there. And did you know, you might not know this about me, but I suffer from sleep apnea. Oh, but you lot don't watch TV, so you don't know that. But
No, we don't know that, but thank you for telling us. I think you mentioned that on a previous podcast too. So William Shatner has created Shatner themed trading cards as NFTs, one of which is an X-ray of his teeth.
He must be at home just cracking up laughing.
oh,
What'd that sell for?
I don't have a price on that.
Well, he's up all night because he's got sleep apnea.
Oh,
So
that's
he's just
right.
like, what can I do now? Here's a toenail.
After he made money on Priceline, he's like, I'm into this shit.
Yep. He's like, I'm going to take an X-ray of my fucking teeth. And now it's a fucking trading card. That's how I'm fucking rolling. Okay. And so currently now for sale, there is a ghost. Now there's a link to it in the resources. Think of a ghost. Like think of drawing a ghost in your head. Now put a Gucci print on it. And it's called
the Gucci ghost.
And currently, as of the recording of this podcast, it is on sale for $163,000. And it is for sale. And you can find a picture of it or just literally Google Gucci Ghost and you will see what is actually up for sale. And when you Google Gucci Ghost, what you see is literally exactly what is up for sale. So I'm going to keep coming back to that because I want you guys to follow. I want you guys to pick up what I'm putting down. Okay. Now, Lindsay Lohan sold an image of her face as a digital asset, and it has changed hands multiple times, and it is now valued at almost $50,000. She took an image of her, listen to me, people. She took an image of her face that you can go online and Google, and then Stormy's taking a selfie as we speak. So he's going to sell it for.
Yeah, I'm going to sell that one. How much can we get for it?
I like it.
That's,
I like it.
I would pay at least 60,000.
Okay.
Absolutely.
No
gonna give you
real,
this
not
one.
real money for
Can
it.
we put this one on an NFT? Let's put this on the NFT.
Let's
that
do it.
picture right there.
Let's do it.
Let's see what we
Okay.
can get for it.
So listeners, we got a picture of me that we're going to put on NFT. You can see my tongue too. I'm going to throw that in
yeah,
at no
that's
additional
extra.
cost.
Let's drink for that.
Can we
Cheers.
put it up there and let's put a starting price of $100,000?
I agree.
Mm.
Let's do it.
100,000, not real money.
I'll take whatever currency you got,
Stormy's like, I'll worry about the conversion later.
Yeah.
So
whatever you got.
So Lindsay Lohan's face, who we've all seen, quite frankly, too much of, is now turned into an NFT for about $50,000. Now, let me take this back around to Kiss. And it's so hilarious that you mentioned my flashing episode at the Kiss concert in '99. When Gene Simmons first made Kiss, you can't trademark your face. Okay. So like Gene Simmons can't have Gene Simmons' face and then trademark Gene Simmons's, facial features. But we've mentioned this on the podcast before. What he can do is he can trademark the makeup because he made Kiss like characters, like comic book characters. And because of that, he was able to trademark the makeup. That's why if you're in any kind of Kiss cover band or you're going to do any performing with the Kiss makeup, you have to get consent from Gene Simmons. But now Lindsay Lohan is taking a picture of her face and then she's selling it to somebody. They don't have the rights to put her face on stuff. And they can, so basically what they can do with the NFTs, the rules are kind of out right now. They're still trying to figure it out. You can display it as your profile picture. Like if you owned that, you could make that picture your profile picture on your social media. But then
Who wouldn't want that?
But then so could Zoe.
No, thanks. But okay.
So could I.
And so could Stormy. Okay, so if you have a Monet and you have the original Monet, right? There's going to be a printout of, the same Monet 1,000 places, but you're going to own the original and it's going to look different. These are like prints of Monets. Like everybody has the same print of Monet, but you have the Monet that's deemed the original Monet. Okay. So now Lindsay Lohan, now she can sell a picture of her face, which you can see anywhere to anybody, but they can't do anything with it besides say they have the original of that picture. We're going to talk about some of the risk associated with this.
Hey, Ed, before we continue, I just wanted for our listeners out there, obviously we're some old fucks and we don't know shit. So if you're one of our listeners and you're like, these old fucks don't know shit about NFTs, I would love to take this opportunity to invite you onto the show, because you can give us this other side, because I'm with you. These two bitches don't know shit. Okay. I'm with you.
You can tell by my face where I'm going.
with you. I can tell by your face, because I just took a NFT picture of me and I want to figure out how to sell it. So as one of the listeners on our show, if you want to be a guest on our show, this is your opportunity to reach out to our line and say, hey, listen, you dumb fucks, you don't know nothing about NFTs. I want to come on there and tell you what it's all about. I just wanted to throw that out there, but please continue.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
I'd like to be taught.
Absolutely. We need to be taught.
I need teaching.
Yes. And there
I'm open.
I need to be spanked. Oh, wrong show.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I need to also be spanked. I've been very bad.
That was sexy. Do that again.
I've been very bad.
Ooh, that's nice. Look at
Yeah,
that.
thank you. You're welcome. You know what? But you know what? In my head, I don't sound sexy. In my head, you know what I sound like? The Saturday Night Light skit where they're talking about the balls, the salty balls. It's the two NPR hosts, and they're like, "Wow, they're like these balls are saltier
Saturday Night
than I
Live.
thought." Yeah. So anyway, okay. So let's talk a little bit about the licensing of the original art of NFTs. Okay. If you are the artist of the NFT, this might give Zoe a little bit of comfort. If you're the artist of the NFT, you can set it up where you get a small percentage every time your artwork exchanges hands. Okay. So every time it's sold, you can get a small percentage of that, which of course, currently right now with physical art, it doesn't work like that, right? I mean, you retain, if Monet was still alive, he would retain the ownership to it. But basically what happens is that once his original painting is sold, any gain is going to the seller, the second person who bought it, and is pocketing the profit. That's how stocks work too. We've talked about that after IPOs, what happens with them. So if you're the artist and you produce the NFT, you can get a small percentage as it exchanges hands. Okay. Now because it's part of the blockchain, there is a perceived easier trackable transaction and we'll talk about that here in a second, as far as like who had it when and who sold it to whom and for how much money. Okay. Where if you have, an original artwork, that shit just kind of gets lost to time, or, artwork is found all the time that they thought was missing, et cetera, et cetera. All right. Now, Logan Paul, okay, who is a gentleman who apparently
he's not a gentleman.
He's a gentleman.
He's not a gentleman.
I swear to God, I don't know who he is.
Oh, they're
He's an
they're
asshole.
brothers, Jake and Logan Paul. They're
Apparently.
YouTubers. They have more money than sense. They're fucking idiots, and don't call him a gentleman. But continue.
Yeah, what do they do? What do they do on YouTube? I
Oh.
swear to God, I don't know who this person is. He just came up in my research.
Oh, they
I think he just got hit up for rape, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, one of them did. I don't know if it was Logan or Jake, but they are just awful people that have managed to amass millions of followers, millions of dollars from mostly young kids. They're awful. But anyway, carry on. Tell me what, and I'll.
So Logan Paul has rare Pokemon cards. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so he made a video of his rare Pokemon collection. And he made a video of it and he put it on YouTube. Videos on YouTube. Okay. What he did was he took clips of that video and he sold it for $20,000.
Uh-huh.
So he's going to come back here in a minute. This Logan Paul guy is going to come back in a minute. Okay. So now let's talk a little bit about music moving into the NFT space. And there is just a situation with Linkin Park, Mike Shinoda. So obviously Linkin Park had two had two vocalists. Chester passed away, so Mike Shinoda. And basically what he says, it was a very interesting article, and I really recommend that you guys read the article, because as I'm reading it, I'm listening to what he's saying, and it's like throwing me into a loop, just like continuously over and over and over again. So he just recently sold a 75-second clip, and I believe he issued 10 of them. And with that clip as an NFT, and with that clip, he had animated artwork by a contemporary artist and music that he had made himself. Now, in the article, this is summarizing. There's some direct quotes in here that I'm going to read from him, and then some of them are summarizations, and you can read the article so that you can kind of understand what he said. But he states, as far as from a collector's point of view, he says that if an MP3 of a song is one-on-one, you trust the creator that they're going to keep it one-on-one, and the value is maintained or the value increases based on that trust.
But if one-on-one,
meaning, so like, if I tell you this is a one-of-a-kind digital art piece, you're going to believe me.
Got it.
Okay. Now, if somebody is an opportunistic, crooked jerk, which is a direct quote from him, and they go, this is a rare thing, quote, and then they go, just kidding, I'm making 5 more. I'm effectively decreasing the value of your thing. This is Mike Shinoda saying this. Then he goes on to say, he says, that'll get around. And he says, I'm not saying that Logan Paul is that, just that you should be careful who you buy from. Okay. So he's throwing shade at Logan Paul, whoever this Logan Paul guy is. And so apparently, I think he's referring to the fact that there's this video on YouTube of these Pokemon cards that he then took clips of and then sold as an NFT. So Mike has a lot of stuff to say from it, but then this is when shit gets very confusing. Okay.
If it wasn't already.
Right. So exactly. So he sells this 75-second clip, and he's issued, I believe, 10 of them. Okay. Now you can watch it online. It's in the show notes, right? I mean, you can click and go watch it right now. And he sold them for around $6,600 each. Okay. Now, according to the terms of the sale, this is a direct quote. Okay. The NFT owners, quote, have no right to license. So I just sold something to Zoe. Okay. I did something and I sold it to Zoe. Okay. So as the NFT owner, she has no right to license, commercially exploit, reproduce, distribute, prepare derivative works, publicly perform, or publicly display the NFT or the music or the artwork therein. Okay. So you have no right to license it, to commercially exploit it, to reproduce it, to distribute it, to publicly perform it, publicly display it, or any of the music and artwork there within. Okay.
So what am I getting?
I just take that picture.
So I'm so glad you asked, Zoe.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
It's
so
your balls.
So
yes, I take a picture of my nutsack.
That is, it looks like it, but I know it's his arm, but it looks,
Doesn't
it looks
look
like
pretty
it could
good?
be a
Do you think
nutsack.
we can sell it?
Dude,
I can
actually,
say, hey,
if that's your nutsack, it is surprisingly smooth.
it's smooth.
Yeah.
There you go. There it is.
Wow. I was expecting more wrinkly and hanging lower, but you know what? I'll take that. Now, so in answer to your question, Zoe, as writer Maddie Carras of Music Redif puts it, quote, you're basically getting a digitally autographed MP3. Okay.
See, that makes a lot more sense. You're just buying an autographed version of something.
But
That's how she describes it. Mhm.
That's the best explanation I've ever heard. You're getting a digitally autographed version of whatever the bullshit you're buying.
Okay. And
whatever you're buying. Yeah.
so what's so fascinating that I find about this whole thing is not if it's going to turn into something or if it's not going to turn into something or whatever. But the thing that I find the most fascinating out of all of this is that the whole spirit, the original spirit of crypto was the get around the intermediary, right? Don't pay a fee to do it. Don't be able to exchange goods and services with a currency that bypasses the intermediary. That was what crypto was designed for, as a currency. And now what we've seen as an offshoot of all of this is we've seen the crypto space designed to avoid the man becoming the man.
Right.
And as I'm reading this, I'm like, I just like, I understand that there's people who have made money off of cryptos, and there's obviously people making money off of NFTs. And a lot of the NFTs that are being purchased with cryptocurrencies that have varying values. But it just fascinates me so much that the spirit of it was fuck the man. And then it's like, oh, no, we're the man too, but we're just in a different way. And as I read this, I just started loop, because I'm thinking, what the fuck is like, what is really going on? So the question is, can NFTs be stolen? Okay. So if I have the original Monet and somebody breaks into my house and steals that shit, now they have the original Monet. So the answer to that seems to be, yeah. I mean, they can be stolen because we've seen in our past Bitcoin episodes, and if you do just basic research, that there's been a number of thefts that have come through different blockchains on different currencies. So can NFTs be stolen? Yes, they can. And so let's talk a little bit about the risks of having an NFT. Before I get to that, this was something else. This is a direct quote from Mike Shinoda again. Okay. So this is literally taken from the article that I put the resource link in. And when I read this, I was like, what? So this is what he says. This is Mike talking. Creators always come to me with, quote, wait, what are our rights? And it's like, okay, well, here's what I think your rights are. Your rights are what you tell people your rights are. Tell them what you're selling, and then that's what you're selling.
So I'm going to show you this NFT picture of my balls I just took. It's, by the way, it's available for sale. Just reach out to us. I also have a picture of me. So I've got 2 NFTs for sale right now. And let me tell you the rights I'm going to give you. You ain't got the right to do shit with them. You can look at them. You can hang them up in your house. But if you hang them up in your business, we got some problems. If you show anyone else,
that would make them publicly displayed.
That you can't publicly display them. And if you tell anyone, you can tell people. But if you show it to them, I'm going to sue your ass.
So your rights.
Are those the rights you're talking about?
Yeah. So your rights are what
your rights are negotiable. I just want you to know they're negotiable.
Yeah, your rights
are non-negotiable, aren't they?
As Zoe is an attorney, she must be losing her fucking shit right now, because literally he says your rights are whatever you say your rights are, and so you tell them what you're selling, and then that's what you're selling.
I'm gonna get to, is there NFT? Is there a eBay for NFT stuff? Because I want to stick some shit on there.
No,
there's
not.
If you're listening to the show and you can create the eBay for NFT, let us know, because I want to put my shit there.
Yep.
And so how do you?
You get
into that.
So I may or may not. So the article goes on to say that nobody. This is in the same Mike Shinoda article. The article goes on to say there's nobody who is serious about NFTs who really humors the idea that what you're selling is the copyright or the master. Now, this is the original artwork, which in my world is another term for the master artwork. Mm-hmm. It's like how we've talked about record companies and how there's the masters of the songs that are typically owned by the record companies. So he says NFTs, no one who buys NFTs or sells NFTs are really humoring that what they're selling is the copy or the original master. Okay. And he said it's the equivalent of buying a print of a piece of artwork or buying an original piece of artwork. Just because you buy a print of Mickey Mouse doesn't mean that you get to put Mickey Mouse on everything. And he goes on to further say that if you buy the MP3 of a song, you don't own the rights to the song. The difference is that a song is $1.29 and these things are $6,000 to $10,000. But then my capitalist brain says if somebody's willing to fucking pay you $10,000 for what equivalents to the same use of a video or an MP3, like I have Motley Crue's Girls, Girls, Girls uncensored version video on my phone that I bought from the Apple store. So obviously I'm not having people over to my house and I'm not putting it up. But the deal is that if there's people out there that are willing to pay you
But you
for it,
could.
What if
Yeah.
it was digital? What if it was
But you could
autographed?
as
What
an
would you pay for an autographed version of that video? So let's say if Motley Crue autographed the video of Girls, Girls,
How
Girls.
could they? I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well,
How-
let's say they could autograph it. If they could autograph the video, how much extra would you pay for it?
I mean that I understand what you're saying, and I don't have the answer to that, because B, because for me, I like the physicality of owning a piece of art. But again, my capitalist heart says, if there's somebody who's willing to pay fucking $10,000 for something that's value is $1, and I'm just using that example, then fuck it. Let him pay me $10,000. That's my capitalist heart. But my concern is all of these things. So let's get into the risk real quick, and then I'm going to be wrapping up, and then Stormy can jump in with what he wants to say, because I see him fiercely
flailing around.
I've got
flailing
nothing
around
to
with his
say. I'm
balls
loving this.
itching.
I'm taking pictures of my balls and my penis. Maybe, you know what? I am going to get my sperm checked this weekend, right? To see what my sperm count is.
Dude, do it.
Maybe I'll take a picture of my sperm. If you're watching the show, let me know right now before I do this on Saturday. Let me know what you're willing to pay for a picture of my sperm count.
Absolutely.
It's for sale as an NFT, and you can do whatever the hell you want with it. You can say we'll work out the terms. If $100,000, picture of my sperm.
Could they drink it?
Well, it'll be a digital version, so you'd have to digitally drink it.
Okay, so I got way off the rails there.
But just think about it. It's where else can you get an autographed copy of my sperm?
Yeah. I mean, and I think
where would you want to is another.
But I'm letting them.
It's not
I'm
about
letting them use it for public use.
Don't
Well,
let
actually,
them. Do
not if
not.
Not let them. My attorney is telling me right now, I cannot let you.
Yeah.
Well,
actually,
you know
I was
it.
gonna
You'll
say
have
if you
little
sell-
baby NFTs.
Oh, there you go. Then you can take, if there's baby NFTs, you can take the rights of the baby NFTs.
I don't want no more babies, NFTs or not.
I never wanted any babies. So let's talk a little bit about the risk of having NFTs. So first of all, if you're looking at a physical Monet, it can get destroyed. It can get wet. It can get stolen. It can get burnt up in a fire. Think Notre Dame, right? There's a lot of damage that can be done to a physical thing. So if you're looking at a digital piece of art, then of course that is something that can't be destroyed. However,
You can't look at it either.
well, you can look at it on your
Oh,
computer.
everybody
yes.
can look at it. You can share
Everybody
it.
can look at it.
But you
Yep.
can't display it for
You
the purpose for
can.
which it was intended, which is to
I can
love on
email
it.
it to you. You
Look
can
at
get
it.
the original. I can email you the original.
Okay,
text it
sorry.
to you.
Let her carry on.
So let's look at some of the risks. So one of the first risks is media format changes. So think 8-track to tapes, tapes to CDs, and CDs to MP3s. Okay.
Oh.
So since it's not a physical thing, but it is still a digital format that can change in the future. Also, since NFTs are held in digital wallets, then there is always the chance of lost hard drives, like our guy from the UK with his Bitcoin that we talked about on the Bitcoin
Ouch.
episodes,
Yeah.
and or forgotten passwords. Okay. Now, then there's the environmental risk of an NFT because there's so much computing power that's needed to do this and do the blockchain stuff that people keep moving to poorer and poorer countries in search of cheaper and cheaper energy. And that is why Beeple wants to offset his carbon footprint of the sales of his NFTs by, making it carbon neutral to put some of his money towards the environment. Okay. Now, artists' work, NFTs work has already allegedly been stolen and or auctioned off as authentic. So that's already going on right now. Now, this is, and I would love to hear what Zoe thinks about this, because I don't draw. Okay. I don't paint. I don't do any of that shit because it's just not appealing for me. I have to ask, what does this do to true talent? Because I can't draw worth a shit. Okay. But if I drew an F for finance is the other F word, and then I sold it as an NFT, and there's true artists out there who are gifted in drawing, who are gifted in graphics, who this is their calling in life. And because of the amount of followers that we have, like Beeple, he has 2.5 million followers. So because of all that, I draw an F, and then I sell an NFT for whatever amount of money I do. Does that diminish true talent within the artist space?
Well, let me answer that, because you actually brought up a very, very good point. And I think I'm going to draw the alphabet.
Okay.
Each letter will be its own individual NFT.
Okay.
What letter do you want to own?
Z, because no one ever does a Z. Nothing's ever Z.
I'll sell you
Or
the
Z.
Z. How much for the
sorry.
Z?
Oh, I'm getting it for
I'm going to
free.
start with the Z. Every
Okay.
subsequent letter has to sell for a little bit more than the previous letter. So when you get to A, that's going to be the most expensive. So we should do that. We should like draw the letters and see what happens, because then the A, we know they're the baller. But at least if you got the Z, at least you were in the game. You were one of, how many letters in the alphabet? 27?
26.
26. You're one of only 26
Motherfucker.
people. You're one of only
How much have you
26
drunk?
people.
I was going to say he would fail a sobriety test completely sober.
Right.
You want me to say all 27 letters of the alphabet?
I know. He's had like what, one smoky old fashioned? He's
Yeah,
fucked?
but the bourbon I use is like 110 proof or something. It's pretty ridiculous.
How many numbers are there? 29.
Infinity plus one. So that was my main thing with the NFTs, besides everything that we talked about. But I was really wondering, like, what is the long-term ramification? Like, let's take the financial ramifications out of it, because in the end, nobody knows what the fuck is going to happen. But honestly, for people who are true artists, that I would look at something they paint or draw and go, fuck, that is beautiful, or that moves me, or that touches me. And then there's other people who have a cat shaped like a Pop-Tart flying through the fucking sky and selling it as an NFT. Like, as an artist, how fucking soul crushing is that? I mean,
that's an ongoing question about modern art and you know, other art anyway. But yeah, I mean, but this is art in a whole different space, being bought with a whole different currency. I don't know what ramifications that's going to have in the real art world, unless it's taking it away from the real art. That honestly, I don't know that it is, because you're talking about art that can only, that you could, it's not art that you can see, and art is to be seen and enjoyed. And you're talking about art that you can't even, I'm still, unless I'm really not getting the point, you can't even, you can see it on your computer, right? And other people can see it on their computer, but you're not allowed to publish it for other people. You can't publicly display it.
Oh, well, but here's the deal. There's no reason to publicly display it, because everyone else can pull it up on their computer too.
Right.
I think it's publicly displaying it for profit.
For profit. Because I can pull it up on Google.
Oh, okay.
We can both see the same thing.
But so you could still print it out and put it up in a museum, right? Then
Nope.
No,
because
You get the same rights as everyone else on Google.
So you can, but you see, my financial brain is going to war with my other side of my brain, and they're fighting amongst themselves, because I just keep looping back and back and back, and it keeps coming back to perceived value. And if the perceived value is this person is worth XYZ, then that's what the perceived value is. And so originally, like I said, the podcast was going to be about more stuff, but I was just like, fuck it. We're going to have to deal with NFTs for a second.
Yeah, forget all this other stuff. NFTs, I'm having such a blast. And listen, once again, if you're on the show and you're like, these fuckers don't know shit, please reach out to us. We want to have you on the show. Because I'm with you.
Confused.
Like I said, I'm with you. It's these two. It's these two.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it down.
I don't know. I got it down.
He's about
it's
to sell.
It's these two that don't know shit. They're
if
cunts.
You've got your Bitcoin. We're what?
Cunt.
Huh?
Call me a cunt.
Yeah, he called us both cunts.
Oh
Both
my
of you.
God. That's fighting talk where I come from. You better fucking get your NFTs, get them packed up, and
I need help.
hit the road.
I'm gonna
I'm
get an
coming after
NFT
you.
of Zoe's foot up your ass, Stormy, and I'm gonna fucking
That
sell
could be
that.
an NFT. Let's get a picture of it, of Zoe's foot right up my ass.
Her British foot. It's gonna
Ooh.
have the.
Oh, you.
So we can say a British foot up American's ass.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
That's a
We
working
got it.
title. We'll
It's
come
a
back to
working
it.
title. We'll come
That's
back to it.
good. That's
Okay,
good.
let us know.
Yeah. So anyway, so that is an explanation of NFTs. I honestly think that we will be talking about NFTs again on the podcast, but we just need to get a basic understanding of what they are and
Tell me what it stands for again.
NFT, non-fungible tokens.
Non-fungible tokens.
Tokens.
which means that it is the exact same thing. So if you had to have a Bitcoin and I give you a Bitcoin and you give me a Bitcoin, it's the same exact thing. Sean must be there. What up, Sean?
Oh yeah, Sean's there.
So
I'm just doing
basically
things.
it's the exact same thing. So when you buy the original of the cat Pop-Tart, that's the original.
I'm gonna
That's
buy the
same
cat
one that I
Pop-Tart.
see. So the one you own, the cat Pop-Tart you own is the same one that I see.
But I own it.
But
I
you
can't
own,
do anything with it other than say that I have the original, but no one. But the only way that it's original is that it's digitally it's the original.
trackable. Correct. Trackable as the original, which is, like if you look at it from my Monet example again, you
Mhm.
have the original Monet and then you have imposters of the original Monet, but this is a digital trackable record of this is the original this, and it went to Zoe or whatever. So that's the whole purpose. And so that's just a basic understanding of what NFTs are. And then the next time when we go to move to part 2 of this series, we're going to talk about the Danish tulip craze, because I want to try to parlay this into something.
I think the Danish tulip craze, if I was there, I would have bought my ass some tulips.
Good investment.
Bought your ass in tulips? How
No,
many?
I would have bought
tulips?
my ass. I would have used my ass. I would have bought some tulips.
Well,
And it
you wouldn't have
wasn't
been
over
able to because my foot would have been up it. Remember?
Well, that's because
called
you
me
have a
cunt.
British foot up my American ass. That's going to be an NFT we have to take a picture of.
I'll take that fucking picture.
Oh, maybe we should take a picture of a tulip, a Danish tulip, and sell
Up your
that as
bottom.
an NFT.
Up your bottom, a tulip up your bum.
There we go. There we go. I'll take the picture.
The next part of the series, we will be talking about the Danish tulip craze, and then we will see where this NFT thing goes. I don't, like I said, we will be addressing this again in the future for fucking sure. So please bet on that. Also, we don't talk about it a lot, but I really want to talk about it. Clubhouse. We record a trivia show Thursdays at 7 Pacific time on Clubhouse in our Finances the Other F Word Clubhouse. We record it for our podcast channel.
It's fun.
It's fun. We get drunk.
When do I get to come on the show? Me and
Oh,
Sean as
next
contestants.
Next week.
Next week. Well,
Next
next week
week.
we'll be on vacation.
Oh, the week
Okay,
after.
then when you come back.
So the week after, we're going to come on as contestants against each other.
Correct. And
I know
Sean-
who my money's on. And,
On me.
yeah,
On me, I'm a
here's
man.
Here's
I'm a
a little
man.
clue. It's not you.
It's no.
But I'm the man.
But you call me a cunt.
So with that, so for those of you who are on the Clubhouse app, or if you have an Apple product, download it. We'll send you an invite. Hit us up at 775-537-4352. We'll shoot you an invite and come into the room, because we're going to start pulling people out of the audience. We give away real prizes, just not real good prizes. Okay.
Hey,
And
and remember, there's an NFT picture of my ball sack available, starting at $100,000.
yes,
100,000 Bitcoin dollars. No,
Whatever you
100,000
got, I'll take it.
Bitcoins, Right?
100,000, whatever. He'll take it.
Whatever. If you have
$100,000
$100,000 of something, you let me know.
100,000
We'll talk
beans
about
he'll
it.
take.
Mhm.
100,000
So-
toenails he'll take.
So find us in our Clubhouse, Finances the Other F Word, for our pub trivia show recorded live. If you want to come on the pub trivia show and be on the podcast, we release those episodes on Saturday. We drink, we talk shit, we have a great fucking time. Stormy's book, The World's Best Buyer Persona System, is on Amazon. Finances the Other F Word, Another F Word to Love, is on Walmart, Barnes and Noble, Target, Amazon. And I keep forgetting to tell you guys that 10% of net profits go to Forgotten Not Gone, Preventing Veteran Suicide, and Heaven Can Wait. An animal sanctuary where they basically adopt out pets and they do not put them to sleep in lieu of that. And you can find that again anywhere. Follow Lily Lou Mittens, who is in the screen right now with Zoe on.
no.
Oh, that's not Lily.
Oh, no, that's not Lily Lou Mittens. What's wrong with you?
This is
Wow.
Belle. This is
Wow.
Belle.
Okay.
Belle.
Well, they're all. Oh yeah, the eyes aren't messed up. So
I'm going to tell everyone. If I tell you once, I'll tell you again. She's a bitch.
So follow Lily Lou Mittens.
Who's a bitch? Are you calling me a
Mel,
bitch?
she didn't even
now?
know who Lily
I'm
Lou
a
Mittens
cunt.
was.
I'm a bitch. You are
No, not
fucking
you.
going down when I see you.
Mel, she didn't even know who Lily Lou Mittens was, bitch.
Neither does Stormy. Neither does Stormy. That's okay.
What kind
Let
of
her talk
animal
this
is
shit.
Lily Lou Mittens?
A cat.
Mm.
I'm a follower of Lily Lou Mittens. We go way back.
So follow Lily Lou Mittens on Instagram and follow us at Finance is the Other F Word. We have a YouTube channel. We have swag for sale. We have a whole bunch of really cool shit going on. Make sure you stay attached to the podcast channel. And as always, we will talk to you next week. And we're out this bitch.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, so the audio is done recording.
Thanks for listening. If you like us, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.